Do you find yourself waking up multiple times at night just to pee and wonder if there's a way to stop it? What if the answer isn't in a pill bottle, but right on your dinner plate? Stay with us, because the vegetables you choose might quietly be the reason you're not getting the deep sleep you deserve. Have you ever wondered why you keep waking up at night to urinate? And more importantly, how to finally stop it? For many older adults, nighttime urination is one of the most frustrating and exhausting parts of aging. You crawl into bed, your body's worn out, your eyes are heavy, and just as you start to drift off, that familiar urge hits. Again. Here's the surprising truth. While medications and certain health conditions can absolutely contribute to this issue, your diet, especially the vegetables you eat, may be playing a much bigger role than you realize. Certain vegetables can irritate your bladder lining, disrupt your fluid balance, or trigger inflammation in your urinary tract. But others? They do just the opposite. Some vegetables have the power to soothe the bladder, reduce irritation, and even retrain your body to hold urine longer through the night. In this video, we're going to explore 5 vegetables that can help reduce nighttime urination in older adults. And the best part? These aren't exotic or hard-to-find ingredients. They're everyday vegetables, simple, familiar, and easy to incorporate into your meals. But when you eat them regularly, and more importantly, at the right time of day, they can make a meaningful difference in how many times you're waking up each night. Each vegetable supports your body in a unique way, from calming inflammation to strengthening kidney function, reducing bladder sensitivity, and helping regulate fluid retention. And as we walk through each one, we'll also explain why these benefits matter so much, especially for those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. So stay with us through the end, because once you understand how these 5 vegetables work together, you may finally enjoy deeper, longer sleep and wake up feeling more rested, energized, and refreshed than you have in years. Let's get started with number 1. Pumpkin and its powerful seeds. The first vegetable might surprise you, not just for what it does, but for how quietly effective it can be. We're talking about pumpkin, and more specifically, both the flesh and the seeds. While most people associate pumpkins with fall decorations or holiday pies, older adults dealing with nighttime urination should start seeing this humble vegetable in a whole new light. It's not just seasonal. It's a gentle, natural way to support bladder health and reduce nighttime urgency. Let's begin with the seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a powerhouse of zinc, a vital mineral that plays a critical role in maintaining prostate health, especially important for men over 60. But the benefits don't stop there. These small seeds are also rich in phytoestrogens, natural plant compounds that help reduce inflammation in the bladder lining and calm down an overactive urinary system. And here's the encouraging part. Clinical studies have shown that regular consumption of pumpkin seed extract can actually reduce the number of times people get up at night to urinate, and this applies to both men and women. But the best part? You don't need to rely on supplements. Just a small handful of plain, unsalted pumpkin seeds during the day, consistently, can help support these benefits naturally over time. No gimmicks, just good food working quietly behind the scenes. Now, what about the flesh of the pumpkin? Cooked pumpkin, whether it's roasted, steamed, or blended into a soup, is rich in beta-carotene and fiber. And that's important. Fiber doesn't just support digestion, it helps regulate your body's hydration levels and keeps your digestive system moving. When your bowels are sluggish, your bladder tends to compensate, often leading to those extra urges to urinate at night. But when you eat fiber-rich foods like pumpkin regularly, you help restore internal balance, and your bladder follows suit. I remember speaking with a man named Leonard, who's 78. He began incorporating pumpkin into his dinner about 3 times a week. Nothing dramatic, just half a cup. Sometimes he blended it into a warm, comforting soup. Other times he mashed it lightly with olive oil. Within a month, he noticed a big change. Instead of waking up 3 times each night, he was only waking up once. He said, "It wasn't some overnight miracle, but it was consistent, and that made me believe in it." Leonard Ijener's experience is far from rare. Pumpkin works steadily, without causing dryness, grogginess, or the dependency that often comes with over-the-counter remedies. And one more reason to love it? Pumpkin is naturally low in sodium, which is especially beneficial for older adults trying to maintain healthy blood pressure and reduce water retention. Because high sodium levels often cause your body to retain water during the day, that excess fluid tends to be released at night, filling your bladder and disrupting your sleep. But when you reduce sodium and increase potassium-rich foods, like pumpkin, you're essentially giving your kidneys clearer instructions. You're telling them to manage fluids more efficiently, to hold on to moisture when needed, and to reduce that late-night flushing effect that keeps you running to the bathroom. Another lesser-known yet powerful benefit of pumpkin is its natural magnesium content. Magnesium is a mineral that many older adults are unknowingly deficient in, and it's essential for helping the muscles in your body, especially those in your bladder wall, stay relaxed and flexible. When those muscles are irritated or tight, you feel the urge to urinate more often. But when they're calm and relaxed, your bladder can hold more urine comfortably and send fewer signals to your brain in the middle of the night. That's where a gentle, nutrient-rich food like pumpkin really shines. It's soothing, supportive, and practical. Best of all, it's easy to prepare. No need to spend hours in the kitchen. You can buy it canned. Just be sure it's 100% pure pumpkin, not the sweetened pie filling. Or grab it fresh, cube it, and roast it with a little olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It pairs beautifully with meats, grains, or soups. And when you include it regularly, especially earlier in the day, it sets your bladder up for a more peaceful, undisturbed night. So the next time you're putting together your grocery list, don't overlook this humble vegetable. Pumpkin may not be flashy, but it's consistent. And for older adults who just want to sleep through the night without being interrupted by multiple bathroom visits, that quiet dependability might be exactly what your body needs. Now, let's move on to number 2, cucumber. While many people think of cucumbers as nothing more than a crunchy salad topping, these crisp green vegetables offer a range of gentle, targeted benefits that make them an underrated hero, especially when it comes to soothing an irritated bladder at night. For seniors struggling with frequent urination after bedtime, cucumbers bring a unique calming quality. They have a natural cooling and anti-inflammatory effect that helps settle the urinary system instead of agitating it. And while they're made up mostly of water, that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it all depends on timing. You see, when cucumbers are eaten earlier in the day, say with lunch or as an afternoon snack, they help your body flush out excess fluids in a controlled, rhythmic way. This gives your system the chance to release what it needs to before bedtime rolls around. Wouldn't it be nice if your bladder could wind down in sync with the rest of you? Handles most of that excess fluid earlier in the day, long before bedtime, instead of suddenly offloading it into your bladder right in the middle of the night. But it's not just about water. Cucumbers contain natural compounds that actively help soothe and calm an irritated bladder. One of the key compounds is called cucurbitacin, a natural anti-inflammatory agent that helps reduce swelling in the lining of the bladder. This becomes especially helpful if you've ever felt that subtle burning or tingling sensation, the one that makes you feel like you need to go, even when your bladder isn't actually full. It's not only uncomfortable, it interrupts your sleep for no real reason. By reducing this kind of internal irritation, cucumbers help quiet those false alarms your bladder sends overnight. They also happen to be rich in both silica and potassium, two nutrients that play a major role in supporting kidney health and maintaining a stable sodium balance in your body. And why does that matter? Because when your sodium levels are too high, your body holds on to excess fluid. And guess when it chooses to release that fluid? At night, when you finally lie down and try to rest. But when you support your kidneys with hydrating, potassium-rich foods like cucumber, you help your body shift that fluid processing back into the daytime. That gives your bladder the chance to rest, right when it matters most. I remember speaking with a woman named Doris. She's 83 and had been dealing with nighttime bathroom trips for years. She didn't want to rely on medication, and she wasn't ready to give up her favorite evening tea. So she tried one small change. She started eating half a cucumber with her lunch every single day. Just 2 weeks later, she shared something remarkable. She was only getting up once during the night, down from 4. And what really struck me was how she described the change. She said, "I didn't feel like my bladder was yelling at me anymore. It just relaxed." That's exactly the kind of shift we're talking about here. Not an overnight miracle, but a steady improvement toward calm, control, and comfort. When your bladder lining becomes less inflamed, when your kidneys function more efficiently, and when your sodium-potassium balance stays in check, everything in your urinary system starts running more smoothly. And cucumbers, though that they may seem ordinary, are one of the simplest ways to move your body in that direction. But here's an important tip. Don't wait until dinner to eat them. That's a common mistake. Eating cucumbers late in the day means their hydrating effect peaks just as you're heading to bed. Not ideal. Instead, try to enjoy them earlier, at lunch or as an afternoon snack, so your body has time to process and eliminate fluid before bedtime. Try adding cucumbers earlier in the day, at breakfast or lunch. Slice them onto a sandwich, dice them into cottage cheese, or toss them into a fresh salad with a splash of vinegar and dill. Their cooling quality isn't just about taste. It plays a functional role in calming your bladder and supporting your whole system. And here's another bonus. Cucumbers are naturally soothing to your digestive tract. This matters more than you might think. Many older adults know the discomfort of a sluggish gut. When your digestive system gets backed up, it can press against your bladder, increasing urgency and discomfort. But by keeping your digestion regular and your gut settled, you also reduce extra pressure on your bladder. The body is beautifully interconnected. When one part functions better, others often follow. That's what makes cucumbers such a quiet powerhouse. They support multiple systems at once, gently and effectively. So the next time you open your fridge and see that pale green vegetable tucked away in the corner, don't pass it by. It might not come with a label or prescription, but that doesn't mean it isn't medicine. Sometimes the best remedies are simple, natural, and just need to be eaten regularly, mindfully, and at the right time of day. If you're still watching and finding value in these insights, leave a comment below with the number 2 so I know you're here and following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time. Tap the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us continue creating helpful content designed to inform and inspire you every step of the way. Now, let's keep going with number 3. Celery. Celery is one of those vegetables most people overlook. It's quiet, crisp, and usually ends up as a garnish or a snack with peanut butter. But for older adults dealing with nighttime urination, celery deserves a second look. When used intentionally, it can play a surprisingly helpful role in supporting bladder comfort, especially if consumed earlier in the day. What makes celery so valuable is its gentle, natural ability to help your body release excess fluid. At first, that might sound counterintuitive. Why would you want something that increases urination if you're trying to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom? But here's the key: timing. Celery encourages your body to release that fluid earlier in the day when you're awake and active, not later when you're trying to sleep. It works as a natural diuretic, helping your kidneys filter out sodium and expel excess water. Unlike strong pharmaceutical diuretics that can dehydrate you or strip your body of important minerals, celery works more gradually. It helps ease the burden on your bladder without throwing off your overall balance. If you eat celery earlier in the day, say with breakfast or lunch, it gives your body plenty of time to process and release that extra fluid well before bedtime. And here's something interesting about celery. It contains both sodium and potassium in a natural balance that actually helps your body manage water retention more efficiently. Unlike the high sodium levels found in processed foods, the sodium in celery works in harmony with potassium to encourage healthy fluid movement. When these two minerals are balanced, your body doesn't feel the need to cling to water throughout the day. That means, by the time you lie down at night, there's simply less fluid left to eliminate. Your bladder isn't overwhelmed, and you're less likely to be jolted awake by the urge to go. Celery also plays a helpful role in reducing internal bloating and abdominal pressure. For many older adults, even a mild buildup of intestinal gas or retained fluid can press against the bladder, triggering increased urgency at night. But when digestion runs more smoothly and inflammation in the gut is kept at bay, there's far less pressure placed on the urinary system. That's why celery is so effective. It supports both digestion and fluid regulation at the same time. Let me tell you about Thomas, age 74. He started drinking fresh celery juice 3 mornings a week, not the sugary kind from the store, but simply 2 stalks blended with water and a splash of lemon. That was it. Within 2 weeks, he went from waking up 3 times a night to just once. He didn't change anything else. He told me, "I didn't expect much, but my bladder just calmed down." And it doesn't have to be juice. You can easily add celery into your daily meals. Chop it into a tuna salad, toss it into your morning omelet, or roast it with carrots and sweet potatoes. The important thing is to eat it earlier in the day so its natural diuretic effect has time to work through your system before bedtime rolls around. Celery is also rich in flavonoids, plant-based compounds known to reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the urinary tract. For older adults dealing with overactive bladders or frequent urges when the bladder isn't even full, this reduction in inflammation can make a significant difference. And if digestion is also a concern, celery helps there too. Its fiber content is gentle, neither too harsh nor too weak. It helps keep things moving steadily through the digestive system. And as we've mentioned before, when your gut is functioning well, your bladder tends to follow. Everything in the body is interconnected, and celery is one of those rare foods that supports both systems in a simple, natural way. Usually pays the price. One more reason to appreciate celery: it's hydrating, but not in a way that overwhelms your system. It provides your body with the moisture it needs without overloading your bladder and causing a 2 a.m. wake-up call. Because it's low in sugar and calories, celery is easy to include regularly in your meals without any guilt or drawbacks. You can eat it often, and your body will thank you for it. So if you're searching for a quiet, dependable way to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom, don't overlook celery. It might not grab headlines, but its calming, flushing, and balancing effects can make a noticeable difference, especially when paired with the other vegetables we're discussing in this video. Remember, this isn't about some massive overnight change. It's about building small, smart habits, one vegetable at a time. Now let's talk about number 4, green beans. Green beans might look plain, even boring at first glance. But for older adults struggling with frequent nighttime urination, these slender vegetables are anything but ordinary. They carry a powerful mix of nutrients that quietly support bladder function, promote kidney balance, and help improve sleep quality, without stressing your system or causing unwanted side effects. One of their standout benefits is their magnesium content. Many people associate magnesium with muscle cramps or bone health, but it also plays a crucial role in calming the smooth muscles of the bladder. When those muscles become tense or slightly inflamed, even a small amount of urine can feel urgent. But when magnesium helps relax that muscle tissue, your bladder is able to hold more urine comfortably, without constantly signaling the need to go. That's what makes green beans such a subtle hero. They work quietly at the source, helping your bladder stay calm and under control. Green beans also contain a good amount of water, but not so much that they flood your system. This is important. Many older adults unintentionally sabotage their sleep by drinking large amounts of water or eating high-water foods late in the evening. That fluid has to go somewhere, and it usually leads to a disrupted night's sleep. But when you get your hydration from water-rich vegetables, like green beans earlier in the day, your body absorbs what it needs more gradually and processes it efficiently. Another advantage of green beans is their gentle, effective fiber content. It's not just about digestion or regular bowel movements. It also plays a direct role in reducing abdominal pressure. When your intestines are bloated or backed up, that added bulk pushes downward against your bladder. And where there's pressure, there's urgency. Green beans help relieve that tension by supporting healthy digestion, allowing your bladder to function more peacefully, especially at night, when rest matters most. I once spoke with a woman named Margaret, age 81. She told me she started eating green beans with dinner every evening. Nothing fancy, just lightly steamed with a touch of sea salt and a drizzle of olive oil. And within a week, she noticed a change. "I was shocked," she said. "I didn't expect something so ordinary to help so much." But that's the point. Sometimes the simplest habits, repeated consistently, have the most powerful effects. Green beans also have another hidden benefit. They're low in oxalates. That may not sound important, but it really is, especially for anyone with urinary sensitivity. High oxalate foods like spinach or beets are packed with nutrients, but they can also irritate the urinary tract and trigger more frequent urination. Green beans avoid that issue entirely. Instead of irritating, they soothe. Instead of triggering sensitivity, they promote comfort. And just like celery, green beans also offer a natural balance of potassium and sodium. That balance helps your kidneys regulate fluid more effectively without putting extra stress on your bladder. It means you're less likely to retain fluid during the day and less likely to wake up throughout the night to release it. Another reason green beans are such a good fit for older adults: they're incredibly easy to digest. For seniors who deal with a sensitive stomach, bloating, or chronic inflammation, that's a big deal. The less effort your digestive system has to spend breaking down food, the more energy your body can devote to healing, rebalancing, and getting quality sleep. And the best part? Green beans are versatile and budget-friendly. You can steam them, roast them, sauté them, or toss them into soups and casseroles. They're available year-round in most grocery stores and affordable enough to fit into any meal plan, even for those on a fixed income. What makes green beans special isn't that they produce instant results. It's that they work quietly in the background, supporting your system day after day. And over time, those small improvements add up. Many seniors who add them regularly to their routine find that they're waking up fewer times during the night and sleeping more deeply. And isn't that what we're really after? Not just fewer interruptions, but truly restful, healing sleep that leaves you feeling better in the morning than you did the night before. If you're still watching and finding value in these insights, I'd love to hear from you. Drop the number 4 in the comments below to let me know you're here and engaged. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's a great time to do it. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss new videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move on to number 5. Kale. Kale might be known as a trendy superfood, often spotlighted in smoothies and health blogs, but for older adults dealing with nighttime urination, kale isn't about following a trend. It's about real, dependable support for your kidneys, bladder, and overall fluid balance. This leafy green offers more than just vitamins. It helps your body regulate water in a way that eases pressure on your system, especially at night. Let's take a closer look at its mineral profile. Kale is naturally rich in potassium and calcium, two minerals that quietly assist your kidneys in managing fluids and keeping your bladder calm and responsive. When your internal fluid balance is stable, your body doesn't panic. It doesn't constantly nudge your brain with urgent signals during the night. Instead, it processes waste smoothly and lets you sleep longer and deeper without being disturbed. Kale also contains a generous dose of vitamin C. But here's something many people don't realize. When vitamin C comes from whole foods like kale, especially when it's lightly cooked, it behaves differently than the synthetic form found in high-dose supplements. Many seniors take large vitamin C tablets hoping for a health boost, but those supplements can actually irritate the bladder and increase sensitivity. Kale offers a much gentler, more natural option. It delivers vitamin C in a balanced form that supports your immune system without triggering your bladder. And beyond that, kale is powerfully anti-inflammatory. That's no small benefit. Chronic, low-level inflammation is one of the most overlooked causes of bladder overactivity. If the lining of your bladder or urinary tract is even mildly inflamed, the nerves in the area can become hypersensitive. Suddenly, even a modest amount of urine feels urgent. That's where kale's antioxidant compounds, like quercetin and kaempferol, come in. They work over time to reduce that hidden inflammation and help it restore calm. It's also worth mentioning another quiet benefit. Kale supports your liver. And you might be wondering, what does my liver have to do with waking up to pee at night? Actually, more than you might think. Your liver plays a critical role in filtering hormones and toxins, two things that, when unbalanced, can disrupt your body's ability to regulate fluids and even interfere with your sleep cycles. A healthy, well-functioning liver acts like your body's silent coordinator, helping everything run more smoothly. And for older adults, that support becomes even more important with time. I remember speaking with a man named George, age 74. At first, he was skeptical about kale. "I thought it was just for vegans," he said with a laugh. But he decided to give it a try. He started adding a cup of sautéed kale to his dinner 3 nights a week. That was it. No drastic diet change, no new supplements. And within a short time, he began to notice something different. He still made his usual bathroom trip before bed, but once he lay down, he wasn't waking up again and again throughout the night. "It was like my bladder finally got the message," he told me. That's exactly the kind of quiet, powerful shift we're aiming for. Not a dramatic overhaul, but a gentle reset that your body responds to over time. If you're new to kale, there's one important tip. Don't go overboard right away. Start with a small amount and cook it lightly. Raw kale can be tough on the stomach for some people, especially if your digestion is already sensitive. But when it's steamed, sautéed, or blended into a warm, nourishing soup, kale becomes one of the most digestible and supportive greens you can include in your diet. What makes kale so special isn't just one thing. It's the way it supports your body on multiple levels. It calms inflammation. It balances minerals. It supports gentle detoxification. And it helps your system manage fluids without disruption or drama. It's not flashy. It won't deliver overnight miracles. But with patience and consistency, it does work. In a world full of pills, sleep aids, and advice that doesn't always fit the needs of aging bodies, sometimes the most powerful solutions are found on your plate. Kale may not be advertised as a bladder food, but when you look at how it functions in the body, the results speak for themselves. So maybe it's time to shift towards something gentler, something deeper, something that supports your body rather than forcing it. Because sleep shouldn't be a nightly battle. With the right foods, like kale, it can become a peaceful, natural part of your life again. Nighttime urination isn't just annoying, it's exhausting. And as we get older, every single hour of sleep becomes more precious. Your energy, your focus, your memory, even your mood and immune system, they all depend on whether your body gets the deep, uninterrupted rest it needs to repair and recharge. So when your bladder becomes your alarm clock again and again, waking you from much-needed sleep, it's not a small issue. It sets off a ripple effect that can impact your entire day. But what I hope today's video reminded you is this. The most powerful support often doesn't come in the form of a pill or a medical procedure. Sometimes it comes from something as simple and overlooked as what you put on your plate. It's about rhythm, helping your body find a more natural, balanced cycle. It's about small changes, quiet, consistent ones, that speak your body's language instead of shouting over it. These 5 vegetables, pumpkin, cucumber, celery, green beans, and kale, aren't miracle cures. They won't fix everything overnight. But they are reliable allies. Each one supports a different aspect of your urinary system. Some soothe inflammation. Others regulate fluid balance. Some nourish your kidneys or ease digestion. And when they work together, they help your body build a more stable foundation, one that makes restful nights possible again. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet, just start small. Maybe that means tossing a handful of pumpkin seeds into your afternoon snack, or sautéing a bit of kale with olive oil to serve alongside your dinner a few times a week. Little by little, these choices add up. Not with big, flashy results, but with subtle, meaningful change. You might notice your nights feel longer, your mornings feel lighter, and the bathroom light? You may find you're turning it on less and less. There's a quiet dignity in sleeping through the night, a deep strength in waking up refreshed. And if you've lived long enough to experience restless nights, I'll tell you this: your body still wants to heal. It still craves balance. You just have to offer it the right pieces, and the rest will begin to take care of itself. If you've been feeling frustrated with your sleep or quietly wondering whether things will ever get better, remember this: yes, they can improve. Often, the shift begins not with drastic action, but with something much gentler. Choosing to treat your body like a partner, not a project. When you start listening to its signals, respecting its pace, and giving it what it truly needs, change starts to happen, slowly, steadily, and deeply. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We'd truly love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one insight you took from today's video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts matter, and your voice helps build a stronger, more supportive community for everyone watching. Reading your comments inspires us, encourages us, and reminds us why we do what we do. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content designed to inform, uplift, and empower you. Wishing you continued health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a chance to care for your body, your rest, and your well-being. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.